I want to bring in one of the co-sponsors of that bill, Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi, a Democrat of Illinois. It's good to have you here. So what do you see as the real and present danger? And I don't know if you had a chance to listen to the Supreme Court arguments, but do you think that the prosecutors made a strong case?
Yeah, I think that the government made a very strong case, and I think it's going to get upheld mainly because a majority of the justices believe that the rationale, the underlying rationale for the law, which is to protect the data security of Americans from access by the Chinese Communist Party, was a valid one. This is not a ban. This is a divestiture law. And ByteDance should now sell TikTok. There's active suitors. They need to pick up the phone, sell it, and so that TikTok can continue to flourish and survive.
What about this argument, though, that users have a right to participate in what the Supreme Court itself has called the modern public square, and that shutting down this enormously popular platform denies them that right, understanding that there is an alternative, which is to sell it?
Yeah, absolutely. People have the right, their First Amendment right, to participate and to express themselves. I think that the kind of counter interest here is that there's no First Amendment right for anybody to harm our national security. We know on multiple occasions, as the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals repeatedly said, the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, has stolen tens of millions of Americans' records, whether it was through the Anthem hack, the Equifax hack, or the hack of the Office of Personnel Management. This is a loaded gun in terms of their access to millions of TikTok users' personal data. We don't need to wait for a smoking gun and a dead body for Congress to act, and that's what it did.
You have a little more knowledge, I think, than most about these issues because you are a lawyer as well. I think you went to Harvard Law, so there's that. So I want to ask you about something else in the courts today, and that is President-elect Donald Trump. He's a convicted felon, but there is no jail time. There is no fine. He won't face any further penalty, and I wonder what you make of that and if it sends a signal about the criminal justice system.
It does. It's dissatisfying. On the one hand, for others who were convicted of similar felonies, Chris, as you know, they were sentenced to jail time. And so it's unfair that he would get a much more preferential sentence compared to them. On the other hand, the mere conviction and sentencing of him to some people is punishment, grave punishment to his reputation. And that's in part why he was so unhappy and why he's appealing right now.
Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi from Illinois, thank you so much. Have a good weekend.